Ladies and gents, welcome back to a Better Late Than Never Gaming In and Out review. Alright, first of all, Supergiant Games is one of the best studios in the gaming industry, period. Quality over quantity seems to be their focus, and it shows with every release, starting with Bastion, Transistor, Pyra, or Pyre, I believe that's how you say it, Pyre, I'm pretty sure it's Pyre, and the subject at hand today, Hades. I've had the honor of playing every single game from this marvelous studio except Pyre, which I do plan to play in the near future. Alright, quick question. Have you ever had a list of things to do, and as you completed them one by one, you had the pleasure of checking the task off your list? It's that sense of accomplishment one feels when getting things done that you might have been putting off for a while or know it's of utmost importance. It feels phenomenal to beat a game, especially if it's been a part of my backlog for so long. Hades felt good to complete, but not just because I beat it, but because of how I beat it. There are very few games, and I mean very few, that after beating I feel rejuvenated and exhausted all at once. And even fewer games that after beating I wanted to jump back in immediately. Hades is one of those rare games.
Don't go thinking I'm just being kind to get you to lower your prices for me.
Okay, let's get into the story. You play as Zagreus, son of Hades, who has a few daddy issues, and his sole objective is to make it to the surface and out of the depths of hell by destroying anything or anyone that stands in his way. On this robust mission to the top, you are greeted by tons of NPCs, and trust me when I say, they are all interesting. This is one of the departments I think Supergiant Games really shines, and it's their characters, whether it being the main or a side character. They bring so much depth to the game. The story unfolds the more you play and interact, which encourages players to continue their journey regardless of constant deaths and starting over.
Chance, boyo. I'm paid to take it, not to dish it out.
Alrighty, let's talk that gameplay. Hades is a roguelike game, which means you will be thrown into procedurally generated levels, which means no level is exactly the same no matter how many times you play them, which means you never know what to expect, which means be ready for anything.
I'll get that Hydra.
Oh, and also there's this little thing called permadeath. You die once and you begin from the very start. That's right, ladies and gents, no checkpoints. The permadeath mechanic may seem harsh, but the game well equips players for the toughest conditions. No matter the challenge, Zagreus is rarely underpowered or incapable of making it through to the next room. There are countless upgrades, a variety of weapons to take into battle, and constant assistance from Mount Olympus aiding you on your journey to the top.
I heard you showed that good-for-nothing fury after all. I knew you'd handle that old crone, nephew. If she troubles you again, you just remind her who's in charge.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Alright, moving forward, let's talk about the presentation. Supergiant are no strangers when it comes to the look of their games. Their artistic prowess is like no other and can easily be identified amongst other artistic games. I love and appreciate when a game has its own identity and can stand out amongst the crowd. The colors are vibrant and really pop. Every new biome is its own and gives the feeling of a brand new area. The characters are beautifully drawn out and brought to life with remarkable voice acting, writing, and direction.
Hey, you must be the Hades kid. How's it going then, your royal majesty?
A huge shout out to Gen Z, who is the absolute artistic genius and art director at Supergiant Games and has brought so much wonderful characters to life. The tunes are right on par with the art as well and blend in nicely with the overall setting of the game. Not only do I look forward to the story and the art of Supergiant Games, but also their immaculate taste in sound.
Should take my spear.
Megarod tells me that you surpassed her well out there.
And on to the miscellaneous. I don't recall playing any other roguelike games, so I'm going to say that Hades was my very first. And I'm glad to say that. I really enjoy myself, like seriously enjoy myself. The constant death did not bother me because it was so well executed and the game was crafted in a way that even through constant death, you're encouraged to jump back in. It's not an easy game, but it's not excruciating hard either. It's a fair enough challenge with some bosses being a bit on the cheap side, but you learn to adapt and adjust. The only issue I had with Hades was the fact that you do not get the true ending upon completing the game. You have to complete the game a certain number of times in order to experience the real ending. This is not such a major problem because it adds replay value to the game and gives players another reason to jump back in, but it sucks for players like me who don't have time to jump back into a game I already completed, especially a rigorous game like Hades. Plus, I enjoy a good story and Hades has a pretty interesting one, and not being able to enjoy the actual true ending is a bit of a bummer.
All about the fire-stepping prince.
Luxuriantly? Really?
Making it to the top was such an accomplishment and sense of relief for me, and the event that took place at the end of the game was an emotional one, which I feel a bit robbed for it not being the actual ending. Again, it's not too big of a deal for me, but I don't know. It would have been cool to have seen the real ending. Other than that, Hades is a phenomenal game and another great addition to Supergiant's superb gaming library, Now, let's rate this bad boy from a Yoga Lane, Yoga Yup, Yoga Fire, Yoga Flame. This game, I had a ball. Let's just get to it. I'm giving Hades a Yoga Fire!